Acceleration, it's easy to feel, it's easy to see, but it's not so easy to measure. If you recall, we did a lab a while ago. We had a jar with a string and some washers, and as you moved around, it showed you which way the acceleration was. That's easy to see. If you're in a car or a ride at the amusement park, you can feel acceleration, but we can't really measure it. In today's lab, we're going to take some measurements and then calculate acceleration. Use 3 rulers, some masking tape, and a yardstick. Those 3 will help you build a track, again as we did earlier, to build a little channel with that centerpiece. Again, make sure they're aligned nice and smooth so the ball can roll through nice and smooth between transitions. This time we're going to use a little marble for our roller. We're also going to need a piece of plywood. This plywood will help us hold the ramp up. Okay, so it'll be easy to make some measurements. A ring stand. The ring stand, I'll show you, will give us an elevation to hold the board at a ramp. And finally, a neat little toy, what we call the B-Spy. This thing actually measures velocity for us, and we're going to use that to then calculate acceleration. Here's how you set it up. Set your ring stand up at the end of the table with the ring facing away from the base, and get the ring to be about 4 inches off of the tabletop, give or take a quarter, half inch. That's close enough. And then place the plywood on your ramp. You create a ramp for the ball to roll down. And next, you're going to tape the 3 rulers onto the yardstick. Again, make some nice smooth transitions between the rulers so the ball will roll smoothly between without crashing. Take your tape and run one big long piece of tape from the very beginning of your ruler all the way down to full length. Try to show this to you. Full length of the yardstick. That way we can make some markings along the full length of the yardstick. With a pencil or pen, mark your start point. Come in about 1 or 2 centimeters from the end so the marble doesn't fall to the back. And this will be your start point. You'll start every time from here for all the runs. You need to get into the rhythm of the metronome, and with the ball at the start point, get in the feel for it. You want to release on a beep, and then you want to mark the spot where the marble is at the first beep. You need to do it about 3 times to kind of get the average. About there. Okay, so you do about 3 times, get that average, mark that spot, that's your first beep. Then you go back to the start point again, get into the rhythm. And now we're gonna go for the second beep. Oops, see what happens sometimes? Right around here. Do it 2 or 3 times, mark that. So you can do first beep, second beep, third beep down further. Keep going until you fill up the tape on your yardstick. All right, here's my tape with the markings on them. Here's start point. Here's where the first beep occurred. Again, get the average of 2 or 3 beeps. Here's 2. Here's my 3 and 4 is way down near the end. You should get 4, maybe 5. Then measure distance from start to 1, start to 2 distance, start to 3. Okay, get all those. As well, get distance between. Get this distance between start and 1, between 1 and 2, 2 and 3, and so forth. Now it's time to measure velocity with the B-Spy velocity measurer. We're going to measure at each of your tick marks. Here was the first tick, or the first beep, and second, third, and fourth down here. And to place it, you just put it over the track. There's our little sensors inside of there that measure speed. Put it right at the middle. Here's the beep right in the middle of the box. Press and hold the button down until you get zeros to show that it's ready to go. So the zeros. Put the marble, and so the first one was 1.01. I'll do it again just to make sure it was a good reading. Just try to do it at least twice. Here goes the marble. Here's another one. 1.01. It's pretty consistent. Anyway, you enter that data on your table. Then go to the next one. Down here at 2. And this should probably go faster. Try to do it at least twice. Enter that data on the table, and you're ready to calculate acceleration. The Google Doc has 2 tables to enter the data. The first table, table 1, is to put your distances on. Now here's the first beep where you start the ball rolling. Beep 2 is your first beep that you're actually measuring, so it's a half a second later. Put that distance. Beep 3 is the second distance. Again, so make sure the numbers might not match up with the numbers on your tape, because you start rolling it at a beep. So the first beep you measure is this one, that distance, and then put the full distance here and the differences on this side. Then, once you get to your for the SPY bee, your velocities, because it's going to be zero velocity when you let go of the ball. The first beep later is your velocity there, here, 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 all the way down the line. Then multiply these numbers by 27.8, because this is kilometers per hour and we want centimeters per second, so that we can have these numbers here to compare with your other data.